I want to ask you a more controversial question. What is the one thing about human resources or people in culture that people might disagree with you about?
I think
Why are you whispering? Why are you whispering?
No, I won't whisper. I'll just put it out there. I think one of the key things that's really hard is that when you're performance managing someone, it needs to be kept confidential, as you know, all HR professionals know. But we also hear a lot, well, nothing is happening, nothing's happening. They're not dealing with that person. Yep. But we know behind the scenes, people are going crazy doing things. Yes. But because we have to be confidential, you can't say, oh, well, we've started doing, performance improvement plans. We've started doing, training with this person. We've got in a consultant. We can't say any of that. So it's really hard because how do you say that you're doing something without saying that you're doing something, So things are happening. And I think, in time that the proof will show that something's happening. But in the short term, that is one of the most frustrating things, I think, to hear.
So your point is you want something that needs to be confidential for various reasons, but you want it to not be confidential to the point that it shows that there is work being done. Is that
right. That's right. Exactly. So it's, if you are
pretty much every politician is doing this.
It does sound a bit like that, doesn't it? I think it's from the perspective of the employees, the other employees. If they're working alongside someone, for instance, who isn't performing, and they think, well, nothing's happening, that person's still doing the wrong thing. However, there's work going on in the background, to try and uplift them, but the other employees mightn't necessarily know that. So, I think sometimes HR can get accused of, not doing something, whereas it's happening. It's just we can't shout it from the rooftops all the time.
Correct.
Yeah. I guess the only other thing... Sorry.